environmental sustainability, safety, awareness of one's actions, and innovation to be a market leader. These are the bedrocks of the current path undertaken by OLT in an era of great change that requires effort, commitment, and major investment from companies that want to leave their mark. All this is taking place at the heart of the challenge launched by the European Commission to companies and governments for environmental protection, according to the guidelines of the Green Deal, which aims to make Europe the first climate-neutral continent by 2050. OLT Offshore LNG Toscana has been responding to this global challenge since 2002, when it decided to convert an LNG carrier, the Gola Frost, into a floating storage and regasification terminal with a maximum authorized capacity of 3.75 billion standard cubic meters per year, about 5% of the domestic annual gas requirement. The FSRU Toscana terminal is now permanently anchored to the seabed at a depth of 120 meters, about 22 kilometers off the Tuscan coast between Livorno and Pisa. It represents one of the main infrastructures of national interest aimed at the security of Italy's energy supply. The terminal is equipped with a Vobbe index correction system installed on board that enables it to receive most of the LNG produced in the world and correct the LNG characteristics to meet the limits required by the Italian gas grid operator. Once moored at the terminal, the LNG carriers discharge the liquefied natural gas into the 4 sphere-type tanks, and the LNG on board the FSRU is subsequently brought back to a gaseous state in the vaporizers installed in the regasification module. The entire process is carried out through heat exchange with seawater, using propane as intermediate fluid. After regasification, the gas is introduced into the national gas pipeline network through an undersea pipeline to the shore. OLT is currently committing many resources to the launch of a new initiative destined to mark a turning point for the entire natural gas distribution sector, the small-scale LNG project. A true innovation for Italy in favor of energy efficiency, which makes it possible to complete the supply chain used for distributing LNG as a sustainable fuel capable of reducing polluting and climate-changing emissions. To achieve all this, the terminal will undergo some modifications to equip the left side with mooring and LNG transfer systems specifically designed for the type of ships to come. As soon as the small-scale project is operational, it will become possible to discharge liquefied natural gas stored in the tanks of the FSRU Toscana onto small LNG carriers. These will be able to transport the product directly to Italian ports to supply coastal deposits, ships, large and small, and tankers. One of the sectors particularly sensitive to environmental impact, which has invested in the conversion of vehicles with LNG engines, is that of cruise ships. In a short time, many LNG-powered cruise ships will be launched. An innovation whose value opens new horizons, cleaner ports, ecological fuel, and a reduction in fuel consumption, risks, and environmental impact. An important step on a long path toward helping the sector face the energy transition towards a more sustainable use of resources. OLT, a contribution to the country's energy security and sustainability.